I've been a sculptor all my life, and I had a lot of technical, detailed work to do. Sometimes when I do a life-size sculpture, I'd have to reduce it to a smaller scale. And I remember the time where I was introduced to Steve and Objects, and I say it was an amazing revelation that this technology is right there in our world today. But also, I was very upset that I spent all of my life up to this point doing this technical stuff that Objects could have done. So it was absolutely the best time and also the worst. Give me back the time I wasted and my eyesight from doing all the detailed technical work that now Objects does. I think it was probably around 10 years ago that I first was introduced to Objects. Whenever I do a life-size piece, oftentimes I do smaller versions of it to give as gifts to people and to promote the larger concept. And so I first reached out to Objects and was assured that they could take one of my large sculptures and reduce it to virtually any size. Before Objects, I knew nothing about 3D scanning. And before Objects, I was my 3D scanner and printer. And so it was a relief to find Steve and Objects and to actually have a team that helps me create more sculpture. Getting rid of the technical, getting rid of the reducing the size development and allowing me to create more pieces. If I didn't have Objects in my studio right now, it would have basically mean that I would have less sculptures in the world. Because I would have to actually sculpt everything I do 3 times, big, medium, and small. And so I'm very grateful for this amazing relationship. My relationship with Objects really right now is just developing the files, but sometimes they do absolutely wicked prints for me. And these are wonderful to show at meetings, to show the concept for the larger project. In fact, in some meetings, I'm basically assured that the deal was done simply because they saw this wicked small model that Objects created for me. When I was first introduced to 3D scanning, I was amazed. My jaw dropped open that this technology is even in existence, and to know and to understand that it is an absolute moving target, that it's always advancing, it's always getting better, is just absolutely phenomenal. I don't necessarily look at my art as anything other than art, but to know it's embedded behind that art, behind what you see, is this amazing technology. It's really astounding. I think a little bit of skepticism that I had being a sculptor, being an artist about the technology is that it would remove the soul from the artwork, that it wouldn't have any fingerprints on. However, the team at Objects is very sensitive to artists and very much conscious. We're on the same mind space in a sense when it comes to working with art. A very creative team and very, very sympathetic and sensitive to art and the detail and the concerns about keeping the piece original, fresh, and not losing any of that spontaneity. I think any serious artist today, especially a 3D artist, needs to develop a partnership, a relationship with a company like Objects that can help them take their art to the next level. And it's an amazing freedom, in a sense, to have this resource. It's as important as my clay for me to create, and for me to create with speed. And that's very important.